Street Fighter is a series that I have not gotten along with in the past. When it comes to fighting games, I'm normally drawn more towards Injustice, Mortal Kombat and Tekken. Reason being is I find the combat in those games a bit easier to wrap my head around, as I'm not huge into fighting games as it is. I've played a tiny bit of Street Fighter 2, and then a little bit of Street Fighter 4 on the Xbox 360. Both times I got bored and also frustrated with the game's combat. It just didn't click with me. Trailers came out for Street Fighter 6 and I honestly couldn't give less of a front door. Coming closer to the game's release, a demo comes out and I decide to give it a go. Straight away I'm having a bit more fun than I did with the tiny amounts I've played of the other ones. Release day rolls around and I decide to jump in. So as a non-fighting game fan and a non-fan of Street Fighter, let's check out Street Fighter 6. Straight away into the game, it's busting with personality and just visually is super fun and interesting. Lots of colours, snazzy music, it's wonderful. Starting the game up, you're given 3 modes: World Tour, Battle Hub and Fighting Grounds. Before all that however, you create a custom avatar. Customization in the game is okay, you can create some nice enough looking characters and some monstrosities with all the various sliders. You can also share your creation or nab other players' creations with share codes. So if you can't create something you like, you can always go online and see what other players are making. The main point of the avatar is for use in the game's World Tour mode. The World Tour mode is a RPG style mode. It has a main story following the created character, fighting their way through goons and tournaments. The mode allows you to explore multiple worldwide locations, 2 of which being full maps to explore, while the rest are just small hub areas. Both are filled with side quests, enemies, secrets, and are quite sizable. The structure of this mode is the same as most other open world games. Follow quest markers around the open world, talk to NPCs, take part in battles, and explore. Enemies are dotted around the open world, nighttime being more filled with enemies. Battles are done by an enemy hitting you or you hitting an enemy. Then you enter a battle state similar to the regular combat of the game. Battles can also reward you with different rewards which will have requirements which you can check while in a fight. These can be things like throw an enemy 3 times, get a 10-hit combo, and so on. Enemies aren't the only people you can fight however, you can challenge almost anyone you see. You can also check the rewards before taking them on, to see if you really want to beat up that old lady. Strangely enough, everyone's up for a fight. Combat for your avatar is different to the main characters, as it's a lot more customizable, and very stat gear based. You can have masters, who are the main characters of the series. Using their fighting style and gaining bond and style level with them will unlock their moves and specials for use in combat and exploration. But you're not just restricted to one character, so you can really build a wombo combo character of your favourite moves. Through battles, exploration and shopping trips, you can acquire gear, which is stat affected, but you do have a gear appearance menu which will allow you to snazzy up rather than be a mishmash of max benefits. Most look cool, some goofy, but some suffer from clipping, so that's always annoying. World Tour is the only way to level up your avatar and the only real way of gaining a wide variety of outfits. Overall, it's a pretty fun mode and could keep you busy for a while if you're into it. Outside of World Tour, what is the point of the avatar? Well, you can use them in the Battle Hub, a hub area for you to meet other players, join clubs, do battles using the many arcade machines, and even use your avatar in a battle using the gear and levels you have. This area also includes arcade machines containing classic games such as Street Fighter 2, so that's cool for those who like them. The Battle Hub also contains a shop. Unlike the World Tour mode, it uses 2 currencies: drive tickets, which are earned through very rare challenges, or fighter coins, premium currency. The gear you purchase here, however, is purely cosmetic. As we are in hell times, this game does include a battle pass, which to be fair I guess is dirt cheap compared to the normal £8 this one is for. Maybe future passes will be more pricey though. Characters in the game do also at the moment have alternative outfits which can be unlocked with fighter coins. Or you can unlock them in the World Tour by maxing out a bond with that specific character. And it is very easy to max out a bond, so please don't waste your money. As you may have noticed as well, the Battle Hub is quite the zoo. The last mode is the Fighting Grounds, a place that includes all the typical fighting game modes: arcade, choose a fighter to play through a mini story through a few battles, ranked and casual multiplayer modes if you want to get bullied online, extreme battles which are normal battles but extreme, so one round you may not be able to use specials or jumps. Finally, the practice mode, which as a Street Fighter goober I'm trying my best to make use out of. As this is the Fighting Grounds, I guess we should finally talk about the combat. If you are unfamiliar, an alien or live under a rock, Street Fighter is a 2D fighting game filled with colourful characters with very large muscles. You have a basic punch, heavy punch, kicks, throws, and a new parry and drive system. You have a drive meter which will drain if you're just regular blocking, powering up a move, or using a drive attack. You can refill it by drive parrying. You also have special moves, which is where I still and probably will struggle for a while with. The combat sounds basic, but it is quite complex. And this is where I will take a moment to probably speak out of my anus here, but here's my struggles with Street Fighter compared to other games. And please bear in mind I am not a fighting game player, so I probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but as a casual player who hops in every now and again, this is how I struggle. In Injustice or Mortal Kombat, the combat and combos are very face button related. Press X 3 times, then circle, then square. Your character will then, if it connects, perform a very fancy combo. Street Fighter, you need to press a sequence of directional buttons, then a face button to do a special attack. Hope to God 1 it lands, and 2 you did it right and fast enough, and that gets you 1 hit in. You then have to have the knowledge and skills to then chain multiple specials and supers all together to have a nice clean combo. And I struggle so much with this system. So often I think I'll have a move down, press the buttons, think it's going to come out, and my character will just kind of do one punch and leave me open for an onslaught of punishment. Now there is a solution to this introduced in this game: modding controls. This will allow you basically just to mash buttons and shit will just happen, with the negative effect of lower damage and not as many moves available. I personally have been forcing myself to use the classic controls, but if you just want to hop in and mash buttons, the modern controls is an option and has opened the game somewhat to newcomers. I will say none of this is negative, it's just my personal struggles with the game's combat, but I am pushing through and I am having a blast doing so. Pulling off even small combos is satisfying, and even though I recently got Diablo 4, I'm just hooked on getting better at this game. I will also say I'm not saying Injustice or Mortal Kombat are for dum-dums, it's just I found those easier. I'm sure there's lots of nuance and different things that I have no idea about, so please don't bully me. The characters in the game are quite nice and varied. You have the icons that even I recognise: Hadouken Man, He-Man, and Thigh Lady. And some of the characters are obviously new characters. All of them have busting personalities in their animations and moves. I originally started playing off as He-Man, but after learning him somewhat, I've moved to Thigh Lady for some Thunder Thigh action. Obviously I think there are more coming to the game, as the game already has a character pass lined up in the store ready for purchase. Overall then, as someone who has never liked Street Fighter in the past and only plays fighting games every now and again, I can say that I really enjoy Street Fighter 6. Characters, modes, avatars, it's all filled and it's just a great time. No bare bones will fix it later shit. Whatever mode you're into, be it the World Tour RPG mode or the online fighting mode, there's tons to do. I very much recommend the game and I hope to stick with it for the future. Maybe one day I'll be able to pull off super moves with some consistency. So thank you for watching and I will see you next time.